Welcome to Contemplando con Cris.
Hola!
We have our first English episode
I speak English.
coming live from Tennessee. And so we are here today with a lovely, lovely friend who I have known for, more than 10 years.
Yeah, more than 10 years.
More than 10 years, yes.
Yeah, we're old enough to say that. Over a decade.
Yes. And she was so kind to come and visit. So happy to have you here.
Yes.
And for accepting the invitation to be on the podcast today.
Of course. Yeah.
So a little bit about Contemplando con Cris. Here we gather and we share our lights with lots of love. And we talk about things that we're passionate about, things that we love, things that give us life.
Nice.
And so welcome as we contemplate life today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So we'd like to begin with channeling an affirmation card here.
Okay.
My friend Andrea from Soy Luz Yoga. Follow her on Instagram. These are her beautiful affirmation cards, and it will be in Spanish, but then we'll translate and ponder and contemplate. So
Okay, great. So you may just grab one?
With your left hand,
Okay.
you will pick one when you feel that you're ready.
Feel the energy is
yes,
right? Okay.
Exactly.
Great. That one. Okay. I got two.
That's okay.
Do I put
the
one
top
back?
one? I'll take the top one. Then if we
This
need more
one.
inspiration.
Okay.
Okay.
The other one.
Mi visión es clara, veo las señales, soy guiada por el universo. My vision is clear, I see the signs, I'm guided by the universe.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Nice. Contemplate that.
Yes.
Long, intentional pause to contemplate.
That's what we're here for. This is the space.
No, this is great. I mean, what's interesting about that is it's like I want to believe that, but it is really hard to hold that truth, right? That it is clear. Because I feel like most of the time it does not feel clear. Or like when I thought it was clear, it was like, no, not so much, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting. And like maybe the clarity is looking back and saying like, okay, yeah, it all worked out together to like bring me here, right? But yeah, I feel like a lot of times it's like it doesn't feel so clear. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, the clarity comes later.
Yeah.
You mentioned that. I think that's really important to like to feel and to navigate through as we grow up and as we like feel like we have a lot more clarity in our 30s.
Totally. Yeah.
We know what we want, we know what we need, and we're like what we're not willing to
What we don't want.
Yeah.
Right?
What we're willing not willing to like return to, right? And there's certain things in our lives that might return us to like our old teenage self.
Yes.
And, like how do you move past that and give yourself grace too of like, okay, well it's this place or it's these people, it's what's surrounding me that's like making me return to that old self, but I want to move forward.
Yeah.
And so I think part of that being guided by the universe is the clarity that comes with what you want. But
right.
but yeah, so interesting. I think there are signs that show us like, oh, this is okay. This is where I'm meant to be.
Right.
And then for now,
yes.
I like to like think of that. But it was the right decision in the moment.
For now. Yeah.
For now.
I think you're right. Yeah. I mean, even as we're talking about it, I'm thinking about, so yeah, like our younger selves, right? I ended up moving back to my childhood city, which, has been a journey. Just say that. Just be like generous and say it's been a journey. But I remember my husband and I, we met in Mobile, Alabama, and then we moved to New England, and we lived in New England for about a decade. And we were planning on, we had lived in Western Mass, we were planning on moving back into Boston. Like my husband had just gotten a great job there. And then his dad was really not doing well. It was very, like we were really not sure what was going on with his health. It was really concerning. And he appeared like he had dementia. And so my husband was like so worried that he was like, my dad's going to forget me and I'm not going to have this time with him that's really important before this is happening. He's like, I feel like we really just need to be there. And like prior to that, I was like, I will never live in Mobile again because it did not align with being there anymore. It was like, there was just so much about it that was like, yeah, I don't feel like this is where I should be. And then I just like, we were sitting together and he's like, I think I need to be there to be with my dad. And just, like in that moment I felt clarity of like, yeah, we need to go do that. Like that's the right thing to do. It was like not even a question, it was like, yeah, we needed to go do that. And then we did it. And then it's been like really interesting since doing that. His dad is like doing great. He's been doing so much better since we moved there, which has been amazing. Like I'm super thankful for that. And then it's also this weird piece of like, well, now what are we doing? Like, this is why we're here. He doesn't have dementia. It was a misdiagnosis by a doctor. And I think like we needed to be there to like help him get the care that he needed and like access that. But yeah, it's just now it's like, okay, like this isn't what we thought it was. And now we're here. And it's been really tough. Like I feel like and I think too, it's like the evolution that we go through, right? Of like trying to work through all this stuff that I think, because I think being there has brought up so many things for us. And like even so many similarities, like when we were first married, because when we were newlyweds, we were living there. And I'm like, why is this coming back? Like this is so, it's also really annoying because you've been married for like a decade. You're like, why is this stuff coming back when we were first married? Like, we're over this. We're not doing this anymore. Like, this is stupid. But, I think there's something about like what places bring out in us, right? And you mentioned like people, but I think places do too. I think they bring out certain things for us and bring up certain things for us. And I think being there like taps into a lot of that. And so it's been interesting, like trying to work through that in this place that we're at now, that I think we do have a better understanding of like what we want and like where we want to be headed and like what's important to us more than like we did when we first lived in Mobile as a newlywed couple. But it's like, yeah, now how do we get to that next thing? I think we're getting more clarity of like what we want, but now it's like the way to get there is what doesn't feel clear, right? Like the vision's clear, but the path is not clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're able to see, you see where you want. You have that clarity, but how to get there is a whole other ball game.
Yeah, right.
And thank you for sharing all of that. I think it's beautiful that you were able to advocate for him from a place of love and to be guided back to a place with that intention.
Right.
Like how important it is to be present, in those hard moments.
Yeah.
And like, what a gift too that you were able to do it, right?
I know, right? I know.
It's a gift.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, that we had the flexibility with work to make that transition was a big deal too, because I think, if we were in different work situations, we probably couldn't have done that, it would have looked a lot different. So yeah, you're right. I mean, that was important too. And yeah, and just like looking into somebody's eyes who you love and they're hurting and they need something. And it's just like, yeah, like that just feels like the right choice, It's like, yeah, I want to like be able to do that for you. It's like there's not even like another option at that point, but it didn't feel like I was forced into it. It was just like, yeah, of course, like that is the answer.
Yeah. And that's the choice that you made, I think, was the good one and the right one in the moment. And I think it's beautiful to be able to reflect on it now too. And like, sure, like the path feels uncertain and the way to get there. But what, something that struck me that you said was like going back to a place where you were newlyweds and the things that has like brought back to the surface.
Yeah.
And how powerful it is to return to places like that, because I think that you can say like I've moved past, I'm healed entirely, but like something is in the ground, something is in the earth, like it's you had roots there too, and like to be able to circle back, and then in a sense like maybe you thought it was done, like that circle was completely over, but actually wait, we have some more work to do in this area, or like how do we come to that healing, like readdress this, and maybe it's teaching you something again, you know, or like the lesson wasn't over,
wasn't finished.
It wasn't finished, and you thought it was, but
I would have loved for it to be, but it's like nope, not done. That's true.
And I think something too that is healing is like creating new memories in an old place.
I think
too, like because it can be. It's hard, challenging to return to an old place where you were like, I'm never coming back here. This is, I've learned everything. I've exhausted every opportunity here. Like, I'm done. And I remember you and I talked about this because I had gone back to my hometown too, and it was 2 years.
We were like, you know, bonding over that, maybe commiserating a little bit.
And how hard it was, and like, how did you do it? And like, what helped? And I think, for me, it's a constant reminder because it's still a place that holds people I love and my family. And so I will always be returning there.
Exactly.
But like, how can I, like, I guess, detach from those old memories or those old feelings or
patterns,
the patterns that you might fall into, and like, but also giving yourself grace, like, oh, this is pretty normal. Like, people go through this they go back and they revert to their old self, and like, and it's not really something that you can like, that you need to like over explain or say or apologize for. Like, there's no reason to apologize for that. Like, it's just,
that's true.
It's just so deeply in you that you can't really help it. And so I think that healing is important. And I'm also would love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and like your work. I mean, I'm gonna jump and say you're a healer.
Aw, you're so sweet.
Because you work in a really important field. So
there goes the water. Water drop.
It's soaking into the earth.
Well, speaking of, I mean, this is kind of good timing because the name of, I'm a therapist. I'm a mental health counselor, and the name of my practice is actually Still Water Art Therapy. So this water is now still in the ground. So I think that that was intentional. I think so. But I'm a mental health counselor. I'm an art therapist. And I've been working with people like since graduating, since having my license I've basically been in mental health for like over 8 years now. I think like in total, between like interning and after school and since licensing, all that. It's been like a long time of doing that. And I definitely went into it like having an idea of what I thought it would look like and what I want to do. And it's definitely different now that I've been doing it, which I think is really normal as we're figuring things out, right? So I'm starting my own private practice, Stillwater Art Therapy, and it's talk and art therapy. And art therapy is essentially just like another way to express like how we're feeling and what we're thinking. It's like just another modality. So just like we would be talking about it, it's like we can make art about it, you know? And I think the cool thing about that is like with art, we can access a lot more than we can just talking, you know, like it's a deeper level, I think, of expression and understanding. And it's been really cool, like not only doing that like for myself, but also with clients and like what comes up. It's like, you know, we're like on the surface with it, talking about it. And then we make the imagery about, you know, the client makes the imagery about it. And it's like, ooh, there's like a deeper truth there that's like showing up, you know? And that I think sometimes is like surprising for people, even though it's like, I'm kind of feeling like that's there. It's like, oh, but that's what's there. It's really cool. So that's been really incredible to work with it. I've always loved art. And I've always known I wanted to be a therapist. I think mostly because I am an eldest daughter. We are eldest daughters. And one thing that eldest daughters are really good at is solving problems. solving problems, because who else will solve the problems in the family? Probably nobody. So we do it. We take on that mantle and we get really good at it. And it's like, this is what I'm good at. This is what I should do, right? Like, I need to keep doing this because I'm so good at it. It's also like this other layer of like, why am I good at it? Because I've had to be good at it because that's where I've been put in. Like, this is the role in the family, right? So I think that's like an interesting thing at this point too, being a therapist, of like, you know, it's like, okay, we just like fall into these things that we're just doing. But it's like, you know, yeah, what does that even mean for me to like show up in that way, right?
Yeah.
And like, what does that tap into? So that's been an interesting piece also of all of it, right? Of, you know, just the journey of being a therapist. And at the end of the day, I really love what I do. I think it's incredibly rewarding. Like, you get to, I mean, you really connect with people in this deep way. Like, I mean, people tell me things they don't tell anybody else, you know? And like, that's such an honor, you know, like that's such a sacred place to be in, of like, wow, like really entrusting me with that. And I think I do, you know, really do the work of trying to earn that trust too, you know, and having this safe space that's not judgmental, because I really do want people to be able to have. And I think that's something that I've wanted in my own life for a long time, right? It's like, you know, and I think again, as an eldest daughter, it can be hard to find those spaces, and if we find them, it's hard to trust it, right? It's like, okay, what does that look like? And I feel like you've been one of those spaces for me, which I'm super thankful for. And I think that's super important. And yeah, it's just like, yeah, this is needed, you know, we all need that. And to be able to like facilitate that and create that has been really cool. I really love doing that in my work. Yeah.
Love that. Well, thank you.
And I like making people cry whenever I can. So, you know, I'm probably going to throw a couple other things out there in this conversation, see if we get some waterworks going.
Okay.
Just kidding. But it's also funny, the work that I do, of like, I'm like, people are crying with me like all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people are apologizing, which is really interesting. Like, I'm so sorry I'm crying. I'm like, well, people always, like, not always, but people often cry when we're talking. Like, it's not a weird thing. And B, it's like, you know, we don't have to apologize for it. You know, like, it's okay to show up and be authentic and like have feelings, you know. And I think how we're so socialized that's like, it's like, oh, I'm putting too much on somebody, you know. But it's also like, you're literally paying me money. So in that way, it's also not too much, right? It's like, there's like an exchange here. But also, like, I want to be there for you. And the stuff, it's just like all these layers of it. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, and how beautiful that you're able to channel like your strengths as an eldest daughter. Like, it, you know, just happens to us.
I know, right? It just happens to you. It just happens. It really does.
And like to be able to reflect on too that you are creating the space that you would have loved to have.
Yeah.
I think that, wow, like that speaks volumes. And the fact that you can empower that and create that for other people who will in turn create that for themselves. Right. And you are giving, but you're also receiving in that, because you're building this. Yeah. And like, I think I'm really excited for you to move into that space and like to really like make everything concrete and like root down and in that, because it's gonna be all yours, which is like, I'm just so excited.
It's like exciting and scary at the same time, right? It's like, oh, it's kind of like when you have a baby and you're like, oh my God, now what? Like, who let me bring this baby home? I have a 4-year-old, and it's just like so freaky. But it's like there's a similar feel to it of like, who let me do this? Like, I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Like with this business, you know, and I need to give myself more credit. I know more than I think I do. And I think it's the same when you bring home a baby, you know more than you think you do, but it's still there, definitely intimidating for sure.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I have had the honor to meet your baby.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
So
this is an auntie here.
Yeah.
Definitely. Auntie Christy.
But I would love for you to share a little bit about that journey too, and like, I think how that's gifted you as you've grown and like been in this, I think, this space of finding that vision and allowing the universe to guide you, and having this other person accompany you all along
the coolest
the way.
person ever. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to really evolve, have a kid. Like, it totally turned your entire world upside down, like the weirdest way ever. Yeah, and it was so weird to like. I'm like, where do I even start with my sweet baby? Yeah, my husband and I have been together for I think like 7 years, and we finally decided like, okay, I think we're ready to have a kid. We had both started out wanting like we want multiple children in our family, and I think that comes too from like being in this place where we both, I think, like just wanted the opportunity to create our own family and like raise kids in a way that, you know, is really important to us, right? I try to like think of how to say this respectfully, knowing this is going to be published. But like I think we both had like challenges growing up, and I think we both had good parents who like wanted really good for us, and there's no perfect parent, which it definitely I'm like reminding myself of constantly as a parent. But I think it's normal to like grow up and be like, okay, now thinking about like having my own family and like how do I want to like intentionally do this in this way that I think is really important. So I think that's one thing that like really, you know, called to us about having multiple children, that idea, right? And then we got pregnant pretty quickly, which I'm really grateful for. That was really a huge blessing. In COVID, in a pandemic. Also, don't recommend having a baby in a global pandemic. If you possibly cannot do that, I would, think that would probably be the better thing to not do. But we did. We got pregnant, and then had a really tough pregnancy, and was like very, very sick. It wasn't like, I forget the condition that some women have and they like literally cannot eat anything. It wasn't that bad, but I was still very sick the whole time. They're like, oh, morning sickness is in the first trimester. No, it was in all trimesters. But that's okay. And so got through that, had a very long, challenging, traumatic labor and birth. But then he was finally here, and he was healthy and he was doing great. I think one of the most special things was like I would like speak affirmations over him while I was pregnant. And the biggest thing I spoke over him is like, you know, you're happy and you're healthy and you're safe. And the first ultrasound we got done of him that you could see him, he was smiling. In his ultrasound, I've never seen anything like that. I could not believe it. It was incredible. And it was like, oh, okay, yes, like I'm already putting that energy towards him, you know, that he is happy and healthy and safe even in utero. That was incredible. That was such a gift. And then after he was born, like not long after, he's smiling already. Oh, my sweet smiley baby. It was so special. But yeah, so, you know, and then they let us take him home, and I'm like, why are you letting us do this? We don't know what we're doing. We're like literal babies ourselves. But they did. They let us take this baby home. And then we had to figure out what to do. And that was a lot, but we did. He's 4 now. So apparently we did an okay enough job. We're here. But yeah, it's just like you think, like I thought I knew what I wanted with my life and like what felt important. And I don't think any of that was like wrong necessarily. Like I still align with a lot of that now, but it's like, then I had this baby and it's like, oh, I'm like feeling so different about so many things, you know, like I know we had talked about it before. Like I was like, yeah, I always wanted, like, I never want to be a stay-at-home mom. Like I always want to have my career. Like this is really important. I had to like put all this time and energy to my career and school. And then I had him. I'm like, no, I only want to be with him. Like, because he's the coolest person I've ever met in my whole life, you know, because I never thought about like, you don't just like stay home with a baby. You get to stay home with your baby, who's the coolest person you've ever met in your life. So I did get to be home with him for like a year and a half, just us, which was really special and really incredible, but also like really tough too. And again, still in a global pandemic, like not a whole lot to do, just like hanging out at home, which again, like I have the most special memories from that. Yeah. It was like very isolating. So that was really tough. And then, it was just, and my husband had postpartum depression, which men can have that. that was really tough. But we got through it. It was a journey, but I think that was a huge thing. It's like that we got through that really hard time together was really important. It was like, okay, yeah, if we can get through that, I think we could get through just about anything, you know? So I think that was really important, like in our marriage. But yeah, so things did start getting easier, over like when he's 1, 2, it was like, okay, I think we got this. This is feeling better. And then when he was 2, we moved back to Alabama. And so that was interesting, but also like really cool for him to like get to spend more time with his family. Like my family lives there, my husband's family lives there. And get to have that. That was really awesome. And, like getting to like experience like where I grew up through his eyes has been really interesting. Like, I think that's been a cool piece of it of like, okay, like, I mean, he goes to play at the park that I played at as a kid, it looks a lot different, but it's still like, we're revisiting all these places from my childhood and he's like experiencing that. And so that's been a really cool thing, and I think like you said, right, like creating the better memories, like I think that's helped create some good memories to associate with places that I think a lot of those places I did have good memories of, but it's like, I think just an added layer of like, okay, this is something else positive that I can bring with me from this that I think is important. Because I think it's easy to look at all of it and be like, oh, okay, like I don't feel like this is where I need to be. Like this doesn't feel like what I'm aligned with anymore. But again, I think to still have these positive things from it, I think has been really important.
Wonderful. Yeah. I think it is beautiful to be able to create those memories and to like, he's experiencing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's new and it's exciting.
Yes. And everything's new and exciting.
Yeah. Right?
At 4. The coolest ever. Yeah. I mean, that's the other great thing about being around a kid is that it's just like everything's amazing. And you're like, oh yeah, everything is amazing. I just forgot.
Right.
Because I got used to it, but we should get used to it. We want to keep it amazing, so I think that's like that good perspective. And like, I know we're talking about like being an auntie, and like how that brings that into, and just getting to like see what they see and like what it's like for them, it's like, oh yeah, that is a really cool thing, like helps us tap into that too.
Definitely. And I think it's really great to like channel their like newness and this way, the way that they view the world. And right now I do work with a lot of toddlers and like feeling like, oh my gosh, well, okay. And if you move, like I think with the toddler, like or like parents, when they go on vacation, it's like really challenging.
Yeah.
They're really worried about the transition and like not sleeping in their bed, not having all their comfort things. And like, you'll bring the whole wagon full of all the comfort toys and blankets and snacks. And then listening to like different feeding therapists in the world and how they're like, at the end of the day, like, yes, if you need to bring the peanut butter and jelly sandwich with you for your own sanity, bring the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel bad.
Yeah.
But also, like, understand that they will adapt too.
Yes,
and like,
they're so adaptable.
It will be exciting and it will be new. And they'll eventually gonna fall asleep because they're exhausted. Like,
exactly.
It might not be the same schedule, but they will.
I mean, I think that's another cool thing. It's like they really do. I think they're great about figuring out what they need, and like, doing what we need. I think a big part about parenting is like I'm also like figuring out what he needs and helping provide that, right? But I think too, it's at the end of the day, like, I think he just has this good understanding of like, yeah, this is what I need to do right now. And I think with toddlers, we see that as like impulsivity, right? But at the same time, it's like, okay, yeah, like, we moved and like he was having a hard time at first and was like tantruming more often. But it's like, it's like that's his processing what's happening, which is great. I mean, we adults often don't do that. We're just like, okay, you're fine. You're just going to keep doing the next thing. But it's like, no, we need to be crying and like having a little bit of a hard time too, because it is challenging when we have a big change. And, even babies when they're very small, and they're crying, it's like that's their only way to process is crying, right? When you have an infant.
Yeah.
And so it's like if they learned a lot that day, they might be really fussy that night and crying a lot.
Yeah.
And I think, it's easy for us to be like, oh, I need to soothe them. I need to make sure they're not crying. But it's like they need to do that for their little brains to process what's happened. And I think, our toddlers are the same. It's like they need to be able to process what's going on. They need to be able to let those emotions out without us trying to be like, no, don't be upset. It's okay. It's like, it's like, trying to hold space for that. Right. And I think that's been a good challenge of like, how can I do that for myself too, which is still really hard. But I think it's a good reminder of like, okay, I also need this, right? Like I need to be able to do these things for me and to hold space for that and to let these things come up without just like trying to be okay. Because that's part of it, right?
Right. Yeah, and it's so natural to be processing your emotions and that looks different for everyone, right? For every person, every toddler, every baby, every adult. And like knowing that, okay, you know what? Like I need to be in this space right now.
Yeah.
And I need to give myself grace. Like actually it's okay. Like I don't have to be productive all the time.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to rest.
Yeah.
I have to give myself permission.
Essential to rest.
Yeah. You have to.
Just so hard to learn that.
Yes.
As an eldest daughter.
As an eldest daughter.
It's really hard to know that and to do it.
All that innate responsibility and leadership.
Yes. It's so much, right? And it's like, it was like, and I think often our moms don't rest. I don't know if did you have the experience growing up?
Yes.
Like not seeing your mom rest? Yeah, same. And so it's like we don't see other women doing that. And so it's like, I don't even know how to do that.
Right.
Is that okay to do? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
And then I think it just gets confusing. And I think in a lot of families, people don't see the women in their families resting. Even like grandmothers, like I'm doing stuff the whole time and we're baking the stuff and then we're cooking the food and we're serving it and we're cleaning up and we're doing this and that. It's just like all the time.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then we try to rest and we feel guilty, right?
Yes.
You feel guilty when you rest.
Yeah.
I do too. And it's like, oh, I feel like I'm supposed to do more stuff and I'm not being productive and I'm really not supposed to just sit here and being lazy. Right? Which, eldest daughters are not lazy.
No.
We're not lazy.
We're the doers.
Yeah, we do it. We do it all. We anticipate and we and we make it happen. Yeah.
We're good at that.
But even like, to do something we need, it feels like, it's not okay to do that.
Yeah.
I'm doing something wrong.
Right. Yeah. That is some deep things that we feel, and how to navigate that, I think. But gaining, like, being able to take what you, as an eldest daughter, like, what's natural to you.
Yeah.
And, like, playing off of that strength.
Ooh, I think
that. is you mentioned it, like, how you create that space for others.
Yeah, you're right.
And, like, of course, you need to remember to give yourself that space, too.
Yeah.
And, like, okay, I can't just give, and then not have any space for me.
Right.
But understanding that I think you'll know when you need to take rest and when that's the time. And
like trying to trust ourselves, right?
Yeah. And like, honestly, like if there's anyone better to do that, like we could plan it. Like we could stick it in our schedule.
Plan the rest.
Plan the rest.
Yes. I mean, you're right.
We
totally.
can schedule it. We got
scheduled it. It's already happened. It's already in the calendar invite. It's done. It's blocked off. Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. Totally. Yeah. And like trying to, I like how you said that. Yeah. Utilizing like those traits and those skills we developed to like help ourselves too. And that's something I like to talk to clients about too. It's like, what if you took all that care that you are giving to everybody and you turn it back to yourself? Like, what would that be like?
Yeah.
It's like, that's really powerful. Even if we gave like part of that back to ourselves, what would that be like? Right. I mean, like we'd probably be feeling like really nurtured and supported if we could do that, because I think we're often really good at doing it for other people, And so it's like, and again, I think that's another place that people are like, but what? Like, that's still hard to to get there. But I think it's important to even like think about that of like, okay, I have that ability to nurture and give, and what's it like to turn it inward? Because I think a lot of things we are turning inward, but I think a lot of things that are not positive, right? Of like, I'm so aggravated with everybody, but it's not okay to say that, so I'm turning that inward, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sitting with that, and my body's like metabolizing that, and now I'm resentful and I'm stressed. Can I swear? I can swear, right? Stressed the fuck out, and it's so tough. And even like I'm curious, do you have like a lot of tension?
Oh,
like where's yours?
My tension is
Your
in
jaw.
my jaw.
That's right. We were talking about that. Yeah,
yes,
jaw.
And thank you for those.
Yes.
Massaging exercises.
Okay, jaw massages.
Jaw massages.
That helps.
She's got the tips and tricks.
Do it at night. Massage your jaw after you wash your face. Before you put on your moisturizer.
Yeah.
And please do your self-care. That is also nurturing. You don't have to have a 12-step program. Just get some face wash and some moisturizer. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah. Sunscreen.
And sunscreen during the day. But you gotta take care of yourself. But like that. Yeah, the jaw tension. Do you get it in your neck too? Or just your jaw?
I would say just mostly my jaw.
Do you get it in
my hips?
Shoulder? Oh, your hips. Oh, hips are, There's a lot of emotion. Same. Of super tight hips.
Yes, always.
And people get weird when you talk about that. They're like, that sounds inappropriate. Like, no. It's a part of your body. You need it for literally everything.
Right.
To walk around. It's not weird. But we hold so much.
Yeah.
In our hips, tight, and tight jaw, because we can hold a lot there too. Because I think it's just like, we like carry so much and we hold it, and then we're tense, and our nervous system is like, I'm ready for anything, right? But it's really kind of the opposite. It's like it's not helping us be ready. It's painful, and it's really difficult. I get the jaw, I get the neck, and I get the shoulder. And then hips too, totally. Yeah, like so much tension. I think I think our bodies tell us so much about what's going on with us emotionally. I think it's such an important cue into that. Because I think a lot of times, like, we just keep going, and we just do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And we don't pay attention. Because we're like, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to pay attention. I'll just get a mouth guard, whatever. Right. We'll just keep, I got shit to do. I'm too busy. But it's like, it's trying to tell us something, right? It's like, hey, listen to me. And that's what hurts, right?
Yeah.
And so, it's like, what we've held onto, what we continue to hold, I think, like, not even, like, without even knowing it, without even wanting to, that it's just, like, so in within our nervous system to do that, I think is really crazy. Yeah. That's the thing I think about a lot, too.
Yeah. Like, the body remembers.
Yeah.
And, like, being in tune with that and knowing, okay, what I need more movement today, or I need more rest,
more breath.
I need to reset. Like, my cortisol is, like, through the roof.
Yes.
I'm not sleeping well. Like,
yes.
You have to listen to all of those things.
Yeah.
And, like, listen to those cues, like you said, and equipping yourself with ways to navigate that, too.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not something we're taught. At least,
no,
not in our generation.
Of course not. Of course
we
not.
were like, okay, like, I think for us, the space of being emotional, this could be a whole other podcast, I think, like, wasn't perhaps, like, given so freely to us.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was not as natural to be like, no, let them cry it out like as babies, but I think of it now as like, okay, reiterating to a toddler or a baby, a child, adolescent, whoever, like, okay, I'm giving you space, but I'm here.
Yes.
I'm
with
here.
You.
I'm with you. I'm supporting you.
Ooh, yeah.
Like, you don't need, like, and maybe that looks like physical, right? Like, you're touching them and you're hugging them and they're like kicking and screaming. Or maybe, here's a soft pillow. Kick and scream there, like, and like, if you're gonna throw things, throw it over there, away from people,
or throw stuffed animals.
Yes,
we're like, don't throw hard toys. That's the rule.
Yeah,
could throw a soft toy, don't throw a hard toy. But yeah,
you
it's like,
can throw that, but don't throw it at me.
Like, giving like, the options, right? This is what you can do to help yourself. Yeah, because I think that was not there. Yeah, growing up, right? It was just like,
no, you can't throw.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You need to be a good girl.
Yeah.
Right. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Be a good girl. Oh, don't be a good girl. Ooh, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and all that's in that, right? Of like that expectation.
Yeah.
And like what is expected of me and how do I need to show up and like, and just that weight, right? And I think that's where some of that tension comes from that we hold, right? Yes. It's like, this is what's expected of me to just like be okay, even though we weren't okay, right?
Yeah.
Because there wasn't space to do anything else. And I think that's the other hard thing about being in a family of multiple kids, especially being the oldest daughter, is that it's like there's other people that our parents needed to worry about. And so it's like if we were not being good girls, then we were adding to the issues, right? Yeah. We're adding to the stress. Yeah. And I think we, as oldest daughters, it's easy to feel that so deeply, right? That responsibility. And like, no, that feels so bad to be adding to what's going on. Because I think typically our younger siblings, it's my impression that they didn't really care. They were like, whatever, who cares? I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. Like I don't think they were even thinking about that is my impression. I could be wrong, but.
Right.
I think especially early on, right?
Yeah.
The impression is like, that's not even occurring to me, but I think we do take that on as oldest daughters. It's like, I'm always thinking about that.
Yeah. Right.
Which is
exhausting.
Exhausting. It's so hard. But yeah, even like, I have memories of a very young age feeling that way. Like feeling really responsible, not wanting to add to the stress. Which makes me like so sad for that younger me, Yeah. It's like, that was a lot for little me to like hold.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, what am I still holding from that, right? Where's it still showing up?
Yeah. And like, okay, but now, I think when you mentioned like, we could see it. Like we could see if we did this, how it would affect everyone.
Yeah.
And, like we have this capability of like, this power to like see it and this vision.
Yeah, where the dominoes
like
fall.
Yeah.
Right?
And like I think it's also something that I don't know if you can really change it, like with birth order and the way that things just naturally occur, like being a parent for the first time and feeling like you might do everything and protect and like and be more intentional because it's just like you mentioned, it's just one, right? And like how there were other people, and everyone comes with their own personalities and their own needs, and having to like divvy that out appropriately and like quote unquote evenly, and like there's all these,
and it can never be even, right? It just can't be,
and like your parent is going to be different because they're human, like every day that like you're gonna we wake up with neck pain and like it's just gonna feel it's gonna be a harder day or an easier day every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And truck going by.
Oh,
this is brilliant. He's carrying his trash cans.
Yeah, there's multiple trash cans.
Wow.
There's one in the bed of the truck. There's one on the trailer.
I need to get him to get
I didn't know you could do that.
Gosh.
You can put a trash can on your trailer of your truck if you're wondering. I hope he can't hear it. Now he's getting out of the car. Anyway.
Speaking of tips and tricks.
tips and tricks. Life hacks.
The life hacks.
If you needed a life hack, there's a life hack if you have the proper equipment.
Love it. What would you say if you could tell everyone watching one thing? A piece of advice.
Yeah.
And it could come from the affirmation we had or just from your own experience. Thank you for sharing your life with us, your story, and like the beauty behind being an eldest daughter.
Right.
and the beauty that you are like evolving and creating right now. Like I think also we are we are creators. We're good creators.
You're right. I
Just gonna say
definitely
that.
agree. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
So yeah,
Oh, advice.
leave it to you. No
pressure.
time limit, no pressure. Just
Doesn't have to be quotable. Okay.
This is eldest daughter to eldest daughter. There's no one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's no one here. It's just a. What would be the advice? I mean, I think the biggest thing is like, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, it's like the things that we think matter in the moment, I think often don't really matter that much. And it's like, I think anytime we're being hard on ourselves, it's like, we just need to be kind, you know, because it's like what helps motivate us when we're talking to other people, right? Like someone being like really hard on us or someone being kind, right? It's like when someone else is hard on us, it like is immobilizing. It makes us stuck, you know? And we're like, well, if I'm so terrible, why even bother? Why do anything, right? But we talk to ourselves like that, right? I talk to a lot of clients about this. We have the same conversation because I think it's really important. I think we all do it to some degree, right? It's like I'm trying to help myself by being hard on myself, but it doesn't help. It just keeps us stuck. And so I think the biggest thing is like trying to let go of some of that like we don't have to be, you know, so hard on ourselves and so unkind to ourselves. And like the kindness actually helps move us towards where we want to be, you know, like I think about you and like other great friends in my life. And it's like, you know, who are supportive and like to be like a cheerleader for somebody, right? Like you've got this, you've done all this hard shit. It's going to be okay. Like keep going, you know, like being really encouraging. Like that's what helps, you know? And it's like, you know, for somebody to be like, well, you could have done that better. Well, that was stupid. You're an idiot. It's like, then again, I think we get stuck.
Yeah.
It's like, well, then why am I even going to try?
Right.
Right. So I think remembering like that kindness does help move us forward. Because I think a lot of times people are like, well, if I'm too easy on myself, then I won't do what I need to do. But just try it. Just try it and see if that actually happens. Because I'm pretty sure it will not. And we normally don't know it won't happen because we don't even try it. We're just like scared of trying it. What will happen? I'll become a slob and I'll never go to work and I'll, you know, my whole life will be ruined. But it's like, probably not. Like, I think if we just start bringing that in and see what happens, it's like normally we just feel better and then we're better able to like get to the next thing to be like, you know what? Yeah, that didn't go how I wanted, but I can figure this out. I've done all these other things. And so I'm going to keep moving forward. And I'm going to be kind to me because I deserve that, right?
Yes.
I really do. So, yeah, I think that's what I say. Be kinder to yourselves. Don't be so hard on yourself. And I'm saying it to me, too, when I say it because we all need that, you know? Yeah.
Moving forward with kindness. I love that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. A great way to move in the world. And, like, there's a quote. And I don't really know where it originated from, but when I was in Chile, we welcomed the new group of participants of the program.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes, and I'll have to send him this link so he's watching, but it was "Get busy living."
Oh, I like that.
Get busy living.
I like that, yeah.
And like just live.
Just live, yeah.
And like let other people live.
Yes.
Too. Like
live and let live.
Yeah. Just live.
Totally.
We'll learn, we'll grow, and we'll make
you gotta make mistakes. You've gotta do it. I still hate doing it. Every time but it's like that is the learning. That is the growth. If we make no mistakes, we don't learn anything.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like that's been a journey to try to embrace that. But yeah, exactly. Gotta make the mistakes. But it's part of living, you know? Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Cool.
Oh, Benny is barking.
Yes, right on cue.
Benito. We love you.
Please be in the shot.
Maybe. I bet he was in the shot at some point. But thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, this was lovely. Thank you.
For being present, for visiting, and just it's been such a gift.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you. You're a gift.
Oh,
thank you for this. Yeah,
this is great. We will see you soon. And this is the first English episode.
First English. Woo! We did it. So yes, thank you for having this in English for me. We could have done it in Spanish, but I would have had much less to say, unfortunately, because I really need to work on my Spanish.
But you did learn something.
Yeah,
this weekend.
Did. Yeah, I remember it.
Zero context here. This is gonna be great to end the episode.
Colágeno. Not
yes.
What I thought it was. I said the wrong thing yesterday, was it?
You said
colegio.
Yeah, no.
Colágeno.
Colágeno.
Yeah. Okay.
Zero context there. We'll just let them enjoy, audience.
It's a word that you probably know that I didn't.
Absolutely.
So
All right. We love you, and thank you for joining on this lovely
thank you.
Summer day.
Definitely. Adios.
Contemplando con Cris. Ciao.
Ciao.